Hello! Just as soon as I finished talking about 5 things that we learned from the Newcastle game, I'm immediately recording a preview for the game against Everton because the games are not letting up at all. It's football everywhere, just football in your face all the time. Constant football. It's a lot of football basically. And of course I will be doing a watch along tomorrow. But today we're going to look forward to a game that I kept forgetting was even happening until about half an hour ago. Manchester City travelled to Goodison Park to play one of the most informed teams in the Premier League at the moment. An Everton side flying high, currently sat in second, of course, with a game in hand. But you can't deny that Everton under Carlo Ancelotti are a very good team. So this is going to be a very interesting game. And today I'm going to try basically make the most of what we can do from what we've learned from the Newcastle game and what we can expect from Manchester City going forward in this game, because it's going to be very, very interesting. First of all, let's look at the overview. Of course, this is a pretty big game. Everton are in pretty decent form overall. I mean, even though Manchester City have won our last 5 games head-to-head, we beat them 2-1 back in January, 3-1 away from home, then 2-0 away from home, then 3-1 at home, then 3-1 away from home. We've just about tipped the head-to-head record against Everton overall now, which is good, but I think it's fair to say that this is a different Everton side to the last one that we played. They are massively better at the moment, and they've just come off the back of a 1-0 victory against Sheffield United, and also beat Arsenal 2-1, 2-0 Leicester, beat Chelsea 1-0, drew with Burnley, of course, but they're one of the most informed teams in the league, and they're sat in second justifiably. They are a good side. They did get beaten by United 3-1, of course, so there is obviously hope there for us to beat them, but we can't deny once again that this is a good side, a side that we have to take seriously, basically. I'm sure we will do. It's going to be an interesting game, of course. Now, Guardiola was talking in the press conference how happy he was in general. He said, I'm happy. In the last seasons, we struggled against Newcastle, dropped points, but today was incredible. This is, of course, when he said it after the game. We made a lot of passes. I don't know how many. Millions. That's the way we want to play. We missed 2 chances when we have to improve, and we know it. It was a tough game with weather conditions. We struggled to score goals, but we played like we needed to play. Positional play, our back 3, interestingly, back 3 mentioned. Build up, we committed really well. And he's right. We did play well yesterday. I know City fans like myself want to return to this glorious steamrolling football that saw us break down teams brilliantly, but at the moment I've accepted that that isn't really going to happen for at least another transfer window or 2, because I don't think we've got the players that can do that. So I understand this compromise in form tactically. I understand that we're playing more defensively, and hopefully we'll get even more solid in our defensive positions before we start to find a little bit of fluidity going forward. And I understand that, and it could be enough in a game like this away at Everton to really make a difference. Fingers crossed it will be, because this game, it's a big game this, It's a really big game, of course. I mean, win this game and all of a sudden we're in a very good position when we go to Chelsea in a week. To basically rubber stamp this kind of return to form. We've only lost 1 game in 19. I know we've had some disappointing draws during that, but we are in pretty decent form overall, and we are slowly creeping up the table. So this one's massive. It's absolutely massive, because it's just beat Everton and Chelsea, and all of a sudden the table looks so much better for us, and we're a lot further up than we realised. And as long as we're in touch distance with Liverpool, I will take that at the moment. In terms of the team news, I mean, I've been checking the quotes from Guardiola. I haven't seen anything mentioned. No real news about any injuries or anything like that. I mean, I don't see any updates to suggest it. Obviously, Rodri went up, but I think that might have just been a precaution. We didn't see anything new in particular. I think Garcia and Zinchenko are still probably likely to miss out on all that kind of stuff. No, are they all right? I can't remember. Garcia definitely is. Zinchenko, I think he's fine at the moment, isn't he? But other than that, I mean, obviously, we still haven't got Kyle Walker and Gabriel Jesus, both unfortunately sitting out due to quarantine after testing positive for isolation. Sorry, not quarantine. They're not sat in a chamber somewhere locked in. After both testing positive for COVID, fingers crossed they're both okay. So we're going to have to make do, basically. But other than that, everything's fine. Aguero's still fine, thankfully. Guardiola, when discussing Aguero, said, we discussed with Juanma and Rodo, that's Lilo and Burrell, whether to start Aguero versus Newcastle, because I need him. Today was very good news in general, that in the 20 minutes Sergio played, we saw him sharp and dynamic, and that is incredible news for us. And you're spot on, Mr. Guardiola. It is indeed very, very big news for Manchester City. So let's go into the lineup. Obviously, Mr. Edison Boris, my fellow pyjama wearer, of course. Edison and his family had a good Christmas, and so did I, and hope you did as well, by the way. He's going to be in goal, we know this. And I can't really see any reason why Cancelo, after his excellent performance against Newcastle, won't start this one as well, because we have got a week off after this. So I think Cancelo will start, given the fact that Walker's not available, and given the fact that Guardiola said this about Cancelo. He said, a player with incredible quality, his regeneration, physicality is incredible. He could play tomorrow, which obviously means he will do. Then he said, in the final third, special quality. He has courage. Sometimes I ask him to play different positions than what he's comfortable with. So basically, it sounds like Guardiola's starting to fall a little bit for Cancelo, and I think he's guaranteed to start tomorrow. And personally, I reckon Diaz and Stones will start again as well, because once again, we've got that rest off and it's working so well. We could see Laporte come in. We could see one of Stones or Diaz rested, but I'm going to just presume he's going to do what Guardiola does and play a strong team when he can play a strong team. And I think Diaz and Stones, both youngish, both in good condition, touch wood, should be all right. So I think he's going to play them. I reckon as well. Oh, do you know what? Oh, will it be Ake? Will it be Mendy? Will it be Zinchenko? Will it be Laporte maybe? Do you know what? I'm going to be incredibly... Ooh. Do you know what? I'll add Mendy down to start, but now I'm starting to think it'll be Ake. I think Ake was so good defensively and he needs a bit of football that I think Ake will start again. So I'm going to put Ake back in the team. Ake I can see starting again for this one. And I've got Fernandinho down to come in for Rodri. Now, this is presuming Rodri took a little bit of a knock. I don't know if he's all right, but I put Fernandinho down for now anyway. So Fernandinho, and then once again, Gundogan's going to start. Guardiola was incredibly positive about Gundogan. He said, Ilkay is an incredible player, an incredible human, first of all. In bad moments in the first season, he had an ACL injury, but he's an incredible person, a competitor. He doesn't feel the pressure. We put him close to Varane against Newcastle, and he was more forward, and he has the personality to play. He gives us the right tempo, and he did really well. And do you know what? He's spot on. At the moment, Gundogan is in fantastic form, and none of us can deny the impact he's having on the team. And I love the fact that it's not a double pivot at the moment. He is getting forward. He is offering alternatives, and I love it. Have him high up the pitch alongside De Bruyne and Varane and all that, and it works very, very well, because he's a good finisher, actually. Underrated finisher. De Bruyne is going to start this one. I think, De Bruyne is definitely going to start. And also, I can see Foden starting. I think Foden is going to start. And I've got a big feeling, by the way, I think it'll be Sterling, by the way, to start. No. Will it be Sterling? Could be Mahrez. Ooh, I'm going to say Foden and Sterling to start this one out wide. Whether you agree with that or not, I'm not saying my choice is what I think Guardiola would do. Foden and Sterling. And then I think Aguero's going to start. Yeah, Guardiola did talk about how he considered starting against Newcastle, so that means obviously they think he's fit enough. So I think he'll start this game, and I think Torres, unfortunately, will drop out to the bench. He doesn't deserve it, of course, but at the same time, Aguero's been fantastic in his little cameos. So I think Aguero's going to start, guys. Interesting, so that's my team. I could be miles wrong, but we'll see, I guess. It might be loads of changes, we'll see. In terms of the opposition view, Everton are a good side, man. Everton are a very good side. As I said earlier, they've had a good run of form. They've won the last 4 in a row, which taken them up to second, beating Sheffield United, Arsenal, Leicester, Chelsea. And we can't really deny at the moment, they're looking very, very good. Though, thankfully for us, unfortunately for them, they are missing some key players. Obviously, I'd never wish an injury in anyone, but it looks like the congestion in the overall fixture schedule has got to Everton, and their squad doesn't quite have the same depth as ours does. I think that's probably fair to say. They're missing 4 of their very best players. Lucas Digne, obviously a brilliant right back. Allen, a very good midfielder. Richarlison, we all know about him, and James as well. That's also, as well, on top of Delph and Gbamin injured as well. So they've got a lot of players out. And even we're at the point now as well where even like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he hasn't scored for a while, still obviously playing pretty well, but he looks a little bit tired at the moment, and they haven't really got any other options other than like Cenk Tosun, who's absolutely terrible. Having said that, he's the kind of person who would score against Manchester City. Don't do it, Cenk. Don't you dare do it. But yeah, basically, Everton are still a good side, but they are missing some key players. You still have quality, of course. Sigurdsson scored the other day for the winner. They've got Bernard still, Decor, Iwobi's the kind of player you can just bring something out of nowhere. They've got Godfrey's a good player. I like him. Young right-footed centre-half. He's kind of currently playing at left-back, but he's got a great set of lungs, and if he can burst forward really well. And of course, we just know Coleman, been around for years, loads of experience. And Mina and Keane is not a bad back line at all, even if they have got little kind of tiny dinosaur hands in goal in Pickford. But overall, Everton are a good side. Ancelotti's got them organised, he's got them confident, but it isn't going to be easy, but we still can beat them, so we need to be focused. In terms of my prediction, do you know what, guys? I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm going to say City will win this. I'm going to say a really tight 1-0 victory. I'm going to say a clean sheet, and City to keep a clean sheet. And Everton have got fans, actually, which will be interesting, haven't they? Yeah, but City to keep a clean sheet, and Aguero to score the winner. That is my prediction. Hopefully I'm right. I could be wrong. Fingers crossed I am absolutely spot on. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? For now, though, thank you for watching this video. Go watch the 5 Things Learned video as well. There will be a watch longer tomorrow, of course, as well. Thank you to all the patrons. Thank you to all the members. You're all absolute heroes. I love you loads. Get me to 50k. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I've been talking now for like 40 minutes solid doing videos, because of the player ratings and the match the 5 things learned and this preview back to back. So I need to rest now. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Come on, City.